My name is Hezekiah Weeks, and I will be giving a presentation on the biblical worldview of money. First, what does the world say about money? Well, the world has a lot of common misconceptions that are not found in the Bible, and this is due to the fact that the world tends to disregard what God says and to not believe or entrust in Him. And even sometimes Christians have a hard time trusting in God with their money. Well, here's some common things about what the world says about money. First off, say that money equals success, security, and satisfaction. People want others to think that they are successful in life and that they are happy with everything that they have. Therefore, they use money to try to project that desire to the rest of the world that they are successful and that they can have anything they want and they achieve all their goals, even if that puts them into debt. Along with this misconception is materialism. The world says that materialism is good. The more that you have, the happier that you will be. And this is a very bad problem because it also causes us to idol a lot of worldly things that cannot go into heaven with us, and that can also cause us to sin and to build greed and lust, because it is hard for us to be satisfied when all that we focus on is materialism. With materialism and money, there's a common idea that you have to do anything possible to get more money, otherwise you will live in fear of not having enough. And this is a problem because the world does not trust in God, and therefore they don't trust that He will take care of them even if they don't seem like they have enough money. However, if you believe in God and trust in God, then He will give you everything that you need. A common entity that has a struggle with money would be the government, because the government is the epitome of greed. They use us and use our money to try to better themselves no matter the cost, and they bend their own rules in order for their own personal advantage. However, the Bible has a lot to say about money. First off, God owns everything, as we see in Psalms 24:1, and is also reiterated throughout the Bible. God created everything, and everything that we have He has given to us. Therefore, we need to do our best to give everything that we have back to Him. God gave us money as a tool, not a master. The money that we are given by God is used to, yes, live a well life, to be able to eat and sleep and have shelter over our heads, or at least have enough means to gain shelter over our heads. And God will provide for us as long as we trust Him. However, oftentimes people use money as a master and make it their idol. However, the Bible says that we are to have no idols above Him. With this money, God expects us to give generously for the betterment of His kingdom. While we might not always see the repercussions or get our money back that we give, we don't need to worry about that, because we are in fact giving it to God and we are betting up His kingdom. And finally, God also says that we are to store up treasures in heaven, not in this earth, as we see in Matthew. Because of this, we need to trust in God to reward us in heaven, even if not on this earth, and to give what little we have, even when it can be tough. Personally, there are a lot of struggles that I sometimes face. First is making decisions based off of money and not what God intends for me. God has a plan for my life, and oftentimes we as humans try to fight Him and make our own path, which ends up only hurting us more, because the only path is God's path. And another hard thing that I face is sometimes giving money when I have not much to give. While it seems like obviously you should give your money to God as a believer, when you don't have a lot of money and you're facing a lot of financial struggle, it can be difficult to let go of that money and to trust God completely in everything that you do. However, trusting God with my finances instead of pursuing my financial improvement alone is extremely important, because God will support me in everything I do, and even when I'm in a tight spot, I need to trust in God to be able to build me up and take me out of that situation, or use that situation for the betterment of His kingdom. I also need to let God influence my big money decisions, which would be such as buying a house, buying a car, when I get married, saving up for children, and to buy a house for the family as well. Closing thoughts are that God has dominion over everything, and therefore we need to trust Him in everything that we do. We need to use money to better God's kingdom, not our own personal life, because He will reward us both in this earth, and if not in that, in the next life. And finally, Deuteronomy 31:6 says that we are supposed to be courageous, because God will go before us and He will protect us. And therefore, when we give what little we have, God will protect us, and He will make sure that we are given the food that we need and the water that we need to give life and to continue our own life and build up those around us. Finally, my references are Managing God's Money by Randy Alcorn, Mastering Personal Finances, A Biblical Approach, and of course, the Bible. Thank you for listening.